Well, hello to you, my friends. Happy Friday. This is Waynell. Hope that you've had a simply fantastic week. This is the Friday before Thanksgiving. So I've decided, I kept hearing in the news that people were getting off work early and schools were closing early. So I just declared it a half day Friday for myself, but I wanted to come on for just a moment and share a little bit of time in this space and just talk a little bit about receiving gifts. I'll say good afternoon as you're coming in. Hello, Sister Patricia. Thanks for popping on with me. I'm just kind of hanging out today. Hey, Sister Regina. And I actually shared this video into the Facebook space as well. So do me a favor as you're coming in, make sure that you thumbs up like this video wherever you may be. And if you are in the YouTube space, I want to invite you to make sure that you have liked my Facebook page. And if you are like Hyder Alley and you are on Facebook, I want you to make sure that you are subscribed to the YouTube channel. You never know where I'm going to pop up. And I really am trying to bring content permanently into the Facebook space. We have a little room to grow there. So 300 more friends and we'll be sharing in both spaces permanently. But my name is Waynell. If you don't know me, I do share faith-based content in the YouTube space, which is largely based on Sunday school content. So Sunday school material, Sunday school lessons. And so today I want to talk to you just about receiving gifts. We're into that time of year. And I know everybody is ready for the big dinner next week, but this is the time of year when gifts are going to start to be shared with us. And this week I was really inspired by the international lesson that talks about a gift that we have all been given. So we'll talk about that in just a moment. But as you're coming in, I am curious. Let me know like the best gift you have ever received. Let me know the best gift that you have ever received. Good afternoon as you're coming in. Hey, Sister Latasha. Hello, Elder Kelly. Enjoyed you so much with this lesson this week. So I wanted to show y'all some things. I was looking around my office after I finished working on a journal writing earlier this week. And so I was looking at the number of beautiful gifts that are around my office. And it made me, I wanted to share these with you all. So what order do I want to go in? I don't know. I'll share this one first. So this is actually a custom license plate cover, obviously done with my brand information. And this was done by Akinleton Creations. She does beautiful pieces like this. I also got these little cup holder. There's circles that go in the cup holder in my car that have the same logo on them. She does t-shirts. She does like everything, sweatshirts, you name it. But I love it. She gives beautiful gifts. And what I love was this was a gift. It was unexpected. But of course, I loved it because it was so personalized from the brand name down to the color choices. I was very clear that this was designed just for me. So this is a gift that I absolutely love. Your grandkids give the best gifts ever. That is awesome. That's Hyder Alley. That's beautiful. Whatever, anybody else want to share? What is the best gift that you have ever received? Or what kinds of gifts do you like to receive? This gift right here, a little more understated. What is it? I decided that it's a paperweight. But I looked on the bottom of it because I didn't remember how long I've had this, and you probably can't see that. But if you have kids who are in school and they make art projects, Auntie Way does not have any children. But I do have nieces and nephews and more godchildren than the law generally allows. But this was made by my baby niece, Alyssa. Her name is in the bottom of it. And looks like she did this in 2019. And she gave it to me for Christmas. And I know you can't really see it with the light, but it too, there it is. It was done and made just for me. I know that by the color choices, it is pink and green, and I use it in my office as a paperweight. So this is a really great gift. And then the third gift I wanted to show you, I'll try not to, it's so delicate. I don't want to mess anything up. I almost didn't even want to move it out of its space. Y'all, isn't this beautiful? This is obviously it's a cross and it sits on the bookshelf in my office. And this was made by one of my friends at church. Sister Shay makes these, and they look at the detail in it. Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that gorgeous? And I completely love this cross. Like I told you, it sits on the shelf and I really like, I moved it gingerly today because I don't like to bother it. But when I thought about these gifts, each one of them, thank you so much. I think it's beautiful too. But each one of them, oh, thank you, Elder Kelly. Oh, you're on the Facebook space. Awesome. I'm glad that you're there. But I wanted to talk about gifts because when you really think about gifts, each one of these is special to me because someone took their time and invested their own creativity and produced something with me in mind. And these are, I love them. And I love the uniquenesses inside of every one of them. And I love the fact that there will never be another paperweight that's created just like this. Sister Shay has made other crosses. There's one in pastor's office, but it looks nothing like mine. My dad would say the suggestion is there, but there is not another cross that looks exactly like this, where the stones are all exactly in the same place. And so I literally thought about that as we studied this week about what it means to be God's masterpiece. And you can tell me what you think a masterpiece is. What is a masterpiece to you? And when I thought about what it means to truly be his masterpiece, I really thought about identifying with Christ, right? And the fact that all of us have to really think about what it means to truly be a Christian. And to be a Christian is so much more than, you hear me say this often, than, Bluetooth and briefcases and t-shirts and Facebook posts, but it truly is in how we identify with Christ and how we live that out every single day. So when I was thinking about this masterpiece, I was really looking at the Ephesians chapter 2, verse 10 scripture that talks about us being God's masterpiece and that he has created us anew in Christ Jesus so that we can do good things that he planned for us a long time ago. And in thinking about that and reviewing the lesson with Elder Kelly this week, just the fact that it's not just God's power and his ability to create us, like the physical presence in us, but literally like sitting and thinking about what does it mean to be his masterpiece? What is it like to identify as belonging to him? And it literally is identifying with the love and the sacrifice that Christ made for us. And so that's more than just saying I'm a Christian. It is literally every day when I wake up, renewing the love that I have for God in the choices that I make each day, in the places that I go, in the people I hang out with, in the music I listen to, in the clothes that I wear, in every choice that I make. Like I am literally thinking about what does it mean that I am his masterpiece, that I am on display in the earth every day. So I want you to think about that and really think about what it means to live a life of change, right? So this week's lesson kind of tells us that without Christ, we are three things. Without Christ, we are three things. We are guilty. And Elder Dion called it dead men walking. That is like dead men with basic bad behavior. We're under enemy control, meaning that under the control of Satan, and we are flesh on parade, that we are controlled by the lust of the flesh. And that's a spiritual death, right? Spiritual death happens when we don't make that conscious decision every day to wake up and acknowledge that he is Lord of our lives and to put ourselves under the obedience of Christ. And even though, like I was thinking about, I told y'all this in Markup Monday, that at the Holy Convocation last week, I'm still soaring on many of the sermons there, but the one from Bishop Jerry Macklin where he talked about that was then and this is now. Well, that was then that we were dead, that we were walking dead men. That was then that we were under enemy control. That was then that everything our flesh wanted to do, we did that. And, that literally goes back again to those daily choices. Flesh wants what flesh wants. The Bible tells us that in our flesh lies no good thing, right? So flesh wants what it wants, but that was then. This is now, is the fact that I am now this masterpiece, that I am changed. I am different because of the love that God has and because of the grace and the mercy that he shows me. And I love this. Like I think about the fact often that God made the choice for me and to have a plan to redeem me. And notice I make this very personal, but he did it while I was yet in my sins. He did it while I was yet making bad decisions. He did it without a guarantee that I would even love him back. And so I think very consciously about what it means to identify. Yeah, Sister Allen, now, absolutely. That was the key word, now. And just this idea that I am his glorious masterpiece. And I looked up what a masterpiece is. It is outstanding artistry or skill or workmanship. It is the greatest work of a person. So I am God's greatest work. You are God's greatest work. We are his glorious masterpiece. We are his handiwork, and we are created to do good works. He decided this long time ago. And I love it that the masterpiece is personal. I love it that the masterpiece cannot be duplicated. These have not been mass produced. You cannot go into Home Goods, TJ Maxx, or anywhere else and get a Shay creation you can call Shay. I love it because you cannot, well, I might need to have something produced if you need a license plate, but I love it that this was designed just for me. And it also made me think about this week sort of, I love it, Sister Dion. That is love. Absolutely. Absolutely. You love personalized anything, Sister Latasha. Me too. I'm the same way. And in the spirit of being personalized, Sister Latasha, I think about the fact that our journeys with Christ are each personalized, right? So I think we spend a lot of time evaluating how others walk out their journeys when the truth is, like, everybody doesn't come to Christ the same way. Everybody doesn't come to Christ even at the same point in their lives. If you look at the text this week, these are adults that are receiving this information. These are adults being called to consider and make a decision, probably middle-aged folks. And so that says to me that wherever you are in your life, you are in a position to make a better choice. And more than anything, to receive the gift of God, to know and value what you are as the masterpiece, and to receive the gift of Christ. And we are given this, and we are his masterpieces, and we receive this gift not just so that we can walk out and say that we're amazing, but so that the masterpiece is on display to the world. And so as you think about your own story, like, how did you come to Christ? How did you come to know God? Whatever your story is, that is the story of your masterpiece. And you should tell your story so that others can receive the gift just as you have. And yes, Sister Latasha, it's unique. That makes us have compassion to all and where they are, and have this ability, yes, to minister to them, and to know that no matter where or how your story works out, your masterpiece, the fact that you are a masterpiece, is a gift that has been given. And so I want to talk to you about how to receive a gift. And this is very practical, but I also want you to think about it as it relates to receiving the gift of the love that Christ has given to us. So it is both a spiritual 5 steps, but it is also a very natural thing as well. If you think about the nature of a gift, the gift that you give depends on what you think about the recipient. The gift that you choose to give depends on what you think about the recipient. So whether you think this person, Auntie Way, works in an office, she might like this. Now, I don't know that the child really knew what I was going to do with this, but it didn't matter. She wanted to show love to Auntie Way because she loves me, because I'm bae, because I'm the best auntie ever, right? And so it depends on what you think about the recipient. So there are 5 ways that we should receive gifts. We love the idea of giving, but receiving is not always so easy. The first thing that we have to do is receive gifts gratefully. And one way that we can do that is really by focusing on being authentic when you receive a gift, thinking about who is giving us the gift and being really present in that moment. So who is the person who is giving you this gift? What do they mean to you in your life? How important, how do you value them? And when you receive gratefully, you don't have to do the self-deprecating thing. Oh, you shouldn't have. Oh, I'm not worthy. I can't believe you thought about me. You don't have to be self-deprecating to receive gratefully. In fact, you should not do that. Don't do the, oh, you shouldn't have. This is too much. Don't do that, but learn to receive gratefully. And your response should be authentic and it should be positive. So number one, and you can put this in the comments, receive gratefully. Number two, I want you to receive graciously. How do you receive graciously? Well, you respond, you have to show dignity and respect to the one who has given you the gift and be very present in that moment and connect to the idea that someone thought about you, that someone considered you and they chose to give to you. Do you think about that in the gift that we've been given from God, how we graciously receive the fact that he thought about us, that even before the foundation of the world, he thought about us. The third thing that you need to do, receive gratefully, receive graciously, receive genuinely. You want to genuinely receive gifts. Now, I want to talk about the fact that there's a difference between accepting a gift and receiving a gift. Accepting a gift is a transactional thing. Receiving a gift is a transformational thing. What's the difference? I want you to think about Christmas Day, right? And there are lots of children, we were those kids who had more than you know what to do with under the tree. And they will open gifts and they're so excited at the moment that they open them. But before you even get to New Year, they may say something like, I'm bored. You're bored. You just had hundreds of dollars worth of gifts under the tree. Do you know how long mom and dad worked and how they had to put things on layaway to get you what you needed or what you wanted, and now you're bored? That's a transactional relationship with gift giving. It was good in that moment. You allowed the hype of the moment, but you didn't truly receive it. Now, when you get a gift, you have three options. You can reject the gift. And that, quite frankly, is pretty prideful. That's a display of pride when you close the door on a gift. You can accept the gift, and that's what a lot of children do. They accept it in that time, in that moment. But it's just right there for the moment. But then there's receiving. And when you truly receive a gift, you find a way to incorporate it into your life. I've told you already, this cross sits on the bookcase in my office, and every day I see it. Every day it is a reminder of my faith. Every day I see these gifts and I am reminded that someone loves me, that someone believes in the ministry that I do. Every day I think about the love that I show for my nieces and nephews and that they love me back. Well, and that they're going to take care of auntie when I get old. That's neither here nor there, but learning to incorporate the gift into your everyday life. And receiving genuinely absolutely comes with the words, thank you. The words thank you go so far. It is a way of showing your sincerity of receiving and genuinely receiving from another. Let me keep moving. Number 4. Is that number 4? Did I give you 4? I only gave you 4. Oh no, and I told you it was going to be 5. Let's see here. Okay, I'm sorry. That was a phone call. I need you to receive gracefully. Receive gracefully. Remembering that the gift did not come from your own effort. You did not receive this gift because you worked so hard, but it is from another person. The fact that they have cared enough about you to share from the efforts of their hand. And then finally, I want you to give back. What do I mean? That doesn't mean that you have to turn around and give a gift physically back to the person. That's the 5th thing. You're going to receive with a willingness to give back. And give back means the most beautiful form of giving back to a person is the receiving of the gift. When they see that thing incorporated into your life, when they see that the gift that you gave was meaningful, when they see you using the gift in some meaningful way, that is the greatest gift of giving back. So I pray that as you go into not only this season of giving, But as you consider even your own relationship as a Christian, as you think about what it means to receive the gift of God, that you will receive the gift of God gratefully, that you will receive it graciously, that you will receive it genuinely, that you will receive it gracefully, and that you will receive it with the willingness to give back. And no, we don't earn credit with God by our works, but every day you renew your choice to love God in the ways that you choose to live. I love you all so much. I hope that this was helpful. And I hope that my international friends know that I'm showing the love equally on the channel, and looking at how we can open up conversations from the lessons that we are practically receiving in this space. If you have not already reviewed your lesson for this Sunday, both the international lesson and the legacy lesson are up, and we would love to have you love them, like them, share them in your spaces, and we're all growing together in this community. All right, my phone is officially ringing off the hook. I don't know why, but I'm going to call everybody back. Here's to an absolutely great weekend with everyone, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.